INFJ male and INFJ female are not interested in proving themselves to anyone other than themselves, despite living in a world that is filled with contest, competition, and the struggle of having to be superior to everyone else. If you put an INFJ to the test, you'll discover the hard way that their inborn talent do not permit them to engage in fame or drama of any nature. Here is the list of the things that will happen when an INFJ is pushed to their limit. This will happen when an INFJ is pushed to their limit. First and foremost, they might lash out without warning. Those who have the INFJ personality type are unquestionably able to tolerate a certain amount of adversity in their daily lives. However, everyone has a point at which they can no longer take it. When the INFJ is provoked repeatedly, it is impossible to predict when they will reach their breaking point because they are normally kind, compassionate, and empathic. Before they lash out their full-blown wrath, an INFJ man and an INFJ woman will make it quite clear that they are unimpressed, even if they don't always give much of a verbal warning in advance. These are quite uncommon, and in order for someone to have one, the INFJ would have to be provoked by something that was extremely destructive to their emotional and psychological well-being. This tendency of lashing out can be regarded a defense mechanism. Its purpose is to protect the INFJ's delicate intuition and sentiments from becoming exhausted. 2. The immediate cancellation of INFJ privileges. The INFJ capacity for active listening and genuine concern for others make them to be among the most empathetic individuals on the entire planet. However, if these strengths of the INFJ personality type are taken for granted, they will be the first things to be taken away from the connection. In point of fact, for the INFJ, it is not precisely simple or uncomplicated to take on the emotional experiences of others on a daily basis. With a limited capacity for social interaction and a compelling need to engage in in-depth reflection on their ideas, it's possible that one of the most taxing qualities of this unusual kind is the way they care for and love other people. As a result, they have to be selective about the organizations to which they volunteer their time. Not everyone is deserving of an INFJ's generosity, and straining an INFJ's patience with you is a sure way to get them to cancel your subscription to their perks. The third possibility is that they will take control away from the scenario. There's usually some aspect of underlying power that people desire when people feel the need to test the limits of other people. Narcissistic people, for instance, evaluate the degree to which their victims can be manipulated before fully investing themselves in a relationship in order to ensure that they are not confronted by their partners. The INFJ, who has always studied human behavior to navigate life, can easily spot unideal conduct in others. INFJs are willing to give people who seek power the benefit of the doubt. However, they do not tolerate people who intentionally disrupt the harmony that they have worked so diligently to achieve and are so passionate about preserving. Whether it be in the context of relationships, conditions at work, or even the complexities of the family, INFJs lose the power that other people believe they have over them once they become aware of the hidden agendas that others have. This is because INFJs are very good at reading people's intentions. This sensitive type is capable of easily standing their ground even if they are pushed beyond their limits, despite the fact that they may engage in mind games. Fourth, they'll find a way to exploit your vulnerabilities. If you put an unhealthy INFJ through a certain test, they may resort to leveraging their intrinsic ability of reading other people as a means of gaining an unfair edge. According to the findings of the MBTI, it has been stated on numerous occasions that if you believe you know an INFJ, you can be almost assured that they know you on a deeper level as well. Therefore, even if there are some individuals who believe that it is a good idea to test an INFJ by using the caring nature that they possess, the INFJ might go into their bag of intuitive findings and take out something that really causes the provoker to think otherwise. Even the most negative INFJs, on the whole, don't wish to cause harm to other people. However, they could bring up details about a touchy subject in the hopes that the other person will reconsider their choice to judge an INFJ. The INFJ will quietly indicate that there is much more to them than just kindness by making understated remarks and asking inquiries that get to the heart of the matter. The fifth point is that they will exhibit their mastery of the silent treatment. It all depends on who is testing the INFJ and how they are being tested. If they feel threatened, they may resort to raising their walls even higher to the point where there is no way in. The INFJ will either become outraged enough to lash out or dissatisfied enough to step back for good. The interesting thing about INFJs and the silent treatment is that they don't employ it as a kind of punishment for the person who provoked them, rather, they substitute it for an outlash. Because of this, they are considered to be such an expert. Because once they turn to the silent treatment, it is virtually impossible to pull them back to where you previously had them once you've lost their attention and respect. When someone wants to convey to another person that they are upset, they may choose to give them the silent treatment. On other occasions, it's just because the INFJ requires a lot of alone time and space in order to refuel. And this is the point at which INFJs turn their backs on the situation and walk away. Because of this, they have earned a reputation for being notorious for slamming doors. They will avoid dealing with the dispute by withdrawing from the outside world and turning inward on themselves. Number 6. They won't bother to show any concern. You can challenge an INFJ to do something that they have no interest in, but you should be aware that you will be wasting your time with them. When INFJs are pushed toward a goal, a dream, or a life change that doesn't sit well with them, it is practically impossible to convince them differently. This is especially true if the goal, dream, or life change is something they have to undertake on their own. INFJs have strong morals and values, as well as a developed intuitive capacity, which enables them to make the choices that are in their own best interests. To put this another way, you can't really motivate an INFJ to care about something that they just don't care about in the first place. They are not going to make an effort to carry out the activity simply because other people believe it would be beneficial for them. INFJs are not the type to feel the need to show their worthiness through unhealthy rivalry because they are content to mind their own business. Number 7. They will graciously show you that you are in error. The INFJ personality is put to the test at every stage of their lives. They might appear to be too shy for a social position, too intuitive for a business setting, too out of the box for standard school settings, too strange for certain friendships, and the list could go on and on. If an INFJ is going to get anywhere in this material world, they are going to have to show a lot of people that they are wrong. The amusing thing is that whenever an INFJ is put to the test or confronted with a problem that tests their ability, they almost always view it as an opportunity to modestly demonstrate their worth to other people. They pick up new skills easily and have a strong natural intuitive sense, both of which give them the advantage of being able to excel in a variety of activities right from the start. For instance, people may disagree with the intuitive discoveries of an INFJ, only to find out later that the INFJ actually has a compelling line of reasoning to support their position. 8. They will use their uncertainties as fuel for their desires. Even though members of the INFJ personality type are notorious for taking offense to constructive criticism, this does not mean that they are incapable of learning from it. INFJs are renowned to pursue unconventional interests and lifestyles, but this does not mean that they find it simple to do so. In point of fact, this type of person is more accustomed than others to having questions asked about their actions, being looked down upon for the life choices they have made, being admired for their strengths, and even having their beliefs questioned. As a result, INFJs eventually learn to use the challenges they face as motivation to perform well on tests. People who are like that could be accused of being overly sensitive, idealistic dreamers, and out of touch with reality. But with dignity and poise, this type of person who is driven will continually disprove the assumptions that other people have about them in life, using their intuition as their primary guide and the criticism of others as their source of strength. The 9th point, they immediately and devastatingly destroy ego. The act of proving other people wrong presents a significant obstacle for the ego to overcome. Being one of the personality types that narcissists go after the most when they interact with other people. The INFJ, when viewed from the outside, may appear to be an excellent candidate for being controlled and used. People may pick at an INFJ because they have a reserved and quiet nature, and they may do this to watch the INFJ wriggle and seek to prove themselves for their own amusement. However, they quickly come to the realization that this is not the case. Someone else undergoes a change as a result of an INFJ's humble demonstration of their superiority over them. A comprehension that has been long overdue. Their inflated sense of self-importance collapses in a matter of minutes, leaving the person who provoked them feeling ashamed and dumbfounded. They have such an effect that the person who provoked them ends up looking at himself more critically before putting others in the same situation to the test. In point of fact, posing even a moderate challenge to an INFJ might completely alter one's perception of the talents possessed by introverts. This is all for today's video. Thanks for your time. Tell us in the comments section where you are watching us from. Don't forget to hit the like button and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and become a subscriber to our YouTube channel. Send this video to at least 2 friends or your favorite group chat to spread the love. Click on the video on your screen to enjoy more content on personality types. To stay up to speed with our latest videos, click the bell symbol. See you in the next one. Take care.